Hi, Verbling. My name is Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're having a conversation about moving, specifically about what it would be like to move to another country. If you guys have any questions on this class or would like to suggest topics for a new class, friend me on Facebook or send me a message in my Verbling inbox. David, welcome to class.
Hi, thank you.
How are you doing, David?
Um, at the moment, nothing, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a job. Yeah.
Cool.
So I have to practice a little bit
Taking
English.
some
So
time to improve your English while you wait is an excellent idea.
yeah, nice. Yeah, I know that.
So, today we're talking about moving to another country.
Yeah.
And I had trouble linking the notes to the class, so I'm just going to screen share and try to figure the rest out later. Alan, welcome to class.
Hello, hello. Yes. Yes. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Alan. Where are you from?
From Hong Kong.
Very
Hong Kong.
nice.
Yes.
So, what time is it for you? Must be late, right?
Yes. It's a 9 p.m. Hong Kong time.
9 p.m. Wow, you're almost exactly the opposite. All right. And Pablo, welcome to class.
Hello, good morning. Can
Good
you hear
morning,
me?
Pablo. Where are you coming from this morning?
I am from Mexico City. I'm new
Nice
in
to
this
meet you.
in
Mexico
this.
City is huge, one of the most populated cities in the world, right?
Yes, 20 millions of people.
Wow. Well, it's good to have you here. And Hala, welcome to class.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to put the notes in the chat box for you and screen share as well so we can get started. We're going to start class off with some conversation questions about moving to another country. Okay, here we go. So, first off, I would like to know, would you ever move to another country? If so, which one? So tell me about your preferences. Let's start with Alan. Can you tell me if you would ever consider moving to a new country and which countries you would like to move to?
Yes. I have been thinking to move to Singapore. Singapore. Hello.
Sorry. I just muted you guys because we're getting a little bit of background noise, so just unmute yourself anytime you want to speak. Thank you guys so much for being flexible here. Repeat yourself, Alan. What did you say?
Yes. About moving to other country. I've been thinking to move to Singapore.
Wow. Very cool. So that's something you're thinking about for your future?
Not is just I think the place is nice, so I'm considering it.
Yeah, I've heard wonderful things about Singapore. Great idea.
Yes, thank you.
Next up, Aldona? Are you there, Aldona?
Yes, hello, teacher.
Hi,
Yes,
nice to
I'm
meet you.
here.
Where are
Hello.
you from?
I'm from Poland.
Awesome. Good to have you with us. So, Aldona, would you ever move to another country? And if so, which country?
Well, I would move to any Spanish-spoken country.
Very
like, for
cool.
example, Puerto Rico.
Ooh, that would be an awesome one. So why would you choose a Spanish-speaking country specifically?
Because I like Spanish language, Spanish culture.
Very cool. Are you learning Spanish?
Yes.
Excellent. We have lots of classes on Verbling for Spanish as well, so that would be a great opportunity. All right. Alejandro, welcome to class.
Hello, teacher.
Good to have you here with us. Tell us, would you ever move to your country, and if so, which one?
Can you repeat that, please?
Sure. This question is the first question in our document today. Would you ever move to another country? If so, which one?
Yes. I have been in Ireland in 2007.
Did you move there, or was it vacation?
I was there for 1 month.
Nice. So would you ever move there more permanently, like for a year or 2 years?
No. No.
All right. So you would not consider leaving and moving to another country. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. National pride. I like it, Alejandro.
Thank you.
David, tell us, would you ever consider moving to another country? If so, which one?
First of all, I'm from Italy, and I just came back from Hong Kong and stayed there for 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 months and a half. Hong Kong and Shanghai, but I would like to discover better, maybe United States.
All right. So you would consider moving to the U.S.
Yeah, maybe yes.
What part?
I'm not sure if East Coast or West Coast. Maybe New York, but so it's too much easy to say New York. But
It's a pretty big country. Very difficult decision to make, huh?
Yeah. But in general, like that.
All right. Thanks, David. Hala, which country might you move to?
I wouldn't move to any country.
Any country? You're not picky, huh?
Huh? What?
You're not picky. You're not very discriminating. You said any country?
Yes, I don't move to any country.
Oh, okay. You would not move to any country.
Yes.
All right. And what would keep you from moving? What
because
stops you from
now
moving?
I am student.
Got it. Makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Hala.
Yes. I am student. Yes.
You're what?
I am student. I don't have a job to. I don't have and anything. I don't have anything to move to make me move.
All right. Pablo, if you would move, where would you go?
I like to move to Australia.
Australia, cool.
I have a niece that She is studying in Australia. I like to go to work, and I need to learn English.
Well, this is the best place to do it. I'm glad to hear about your plans to move to Australia. That's exciting.
I'm on the way.
All right. Erman, welcome to class.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us. Tell us, would you ever move to another country? If so, which one?
I think it could be an English country.
Any English-speaking country?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah, using your English skills. That would be a good idea.
Yes, for practicing English and learn more.
All right. Great. And last but not least, Aka, would you ever move to another country? If so, which one?
I would stay here, but if I move to another country, English spoken nations, and I lived in the United States for a while, so probably United States, or since Australia is somewhat close to Japan, so yeah, maybe America or Australia.
All right. Excellent. So we have a few more questions to get to, and then eventually we're going to move down to make a checklist for things people should consider before moving. Let's do a couple more questions together, though. The next question is, what would you miss most about where you live now? And I'm going to mix up the order a little bit, start with Pablo, and we'll go every other student. So Pablo, go first for us. Tell us, what would you miss most about Mexico City?
Okay, I do the question on only response.
Just respond to that question. What would you miss most?
I miss tortillas. In Mexico, there are I don't know how I say a plate, a dish.
A dish, sure.
A dish, and this its name is mole. It's like prepared with a lot of chiles and another spices like nuts, chocolate. This is a good dish. That is I miss it.
Yeah, some home food cooking would definitely be something to miss.
Yes.
Herman, what would you miss most if you moved away?
I think my family's food is I have traveled to twice, and I always I am thinking about the food of at home. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I certainly miss food from my home as well when I'm abroad. All right, oh, go ahead, Herman. Is there anything specific, any food specifically you'd miss?
It could be tamales, pozole, Mexican traditional food.
Mexico certainly has some really great food, and I will admit that when I travel, I bring packaged Mexican food with me. Like when I moved down to Brazil, you know, you can get like mole and things like that in sauce packages, like sealed. I bring those with me so that I can have it when I'm abroad, because my state, Arizona, gets a lot of Mexican food, and of all the things, I really miss Mexican food when I'm other places.
Yes, are you living in Phoenix?
Yeah, I live in Phoenix, Arizona.
I think
Or,
there are a lot
when I'm in the US, I do anyways.
restaurants. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Herman. And next up is Alejandro. What would you miss most about your home?
I think the weather.
The weather. Why the weather?
Sunny weather is it's important for me.
Got it. All right. That would be kind of sad to leave your sunny home.
Yes,
Alan.
in my country.
Oh, go ahead.
In my country. Sorry.
So why would you miss the sunny weather so much? All right.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us what you would miss, Alan.
Yes, I definitely will miss my friends in my hometown.
Friends, that's a good one.
Friends, yes. Yes, friendship are not easy to make in other countries.
I totally agree with you. All right. So we'll finish this one up and then we'll move down to making our list. And Hala, can you tell us something you would miss if you moved abroad? Hala, are you there? You're muted.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
There we go. Okay.
Yes.
Tell us what you would miss, Hala, if you moved away.
I don't know this feeling. Because I didn't move.
All right. Good answer. Next up, David, what would you miss the most?
Yeah. Maybe the most important thing from Italy is the food. So I am a little bit classic, but yeah, pizza and pasta. Yeah, it will be very difficult to replicate this fun if you are not in Italy. But I think that another important thing is your parents, maybe my parents. No.
Oh yeah, for sure. Family. Good answer. All right, Alex. Welcome to class. And what would you miss most if you moved away from your home?
Hi. Sorry, can you repeat?
What would you miss most if you moved away? So we're looking at the document, and it's the second question. What would you miss the most about where you live now? So we're thinking about if we moved to a new country, what would you miss about your home?
Well, first of all, I would miss my family and my friends, and if the place I'm visiting don't have a beach, I would miss the beach, and maybe the food. Yes.
All right. Great ones. Beach, family, and food. Those are the best things.
Yes.
Aldona, what would you miss the most?
I don't have more ideas about what I would miss most, but I have to repeat what my previous friend says, that I would miss my family and Okay, maybe it may sound trivial, but I would miss bread, our Polish bread.
Wow. So it's a special kind of bread that you wouldn't be able to find other places?
I think yes. No, it's normal bread. Just normal bread. Because it's not able to buy it in other countries.
Got it. It has the flavor of home in it.
Yes.
Okay, good response. And Aka, oh, go ahead, Aldona. No? All right, then Aka, tell us what you would miss most. Or Ken, I should call you Ken, I'm sorry.
No problem. Yeah, probably food. Yeah, and I missed Japanese food. Mostly the miso soup, fermented kind of fermented soybean paste soup. It's a kind of everyday food here. So I missed a lot in American and a lot of fish food.
I have an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you try Japanese food in the US, and what's your review of it? Is it weird for you?
Some of them weird, mismatch of ingredients, but mostly it's good. But talking about sashimi, raw fish, in that restaurant, raw fish was old, not fresh. So, but I think it's up to the restaurant or region in America because I live in the kind of inner area of America. I'm not sure that the restaurant in San Francisco or such big cities restaurants. Maybe
yeah, it's hard to trust the fresh fish in the middle where there's no water, right?
Right. Yeah, maybe I miss the food most in America. Yeah.
Wow, this class is a big class of eaters. We all said food. All right. So we're going to come back to some of these questions in a bit, but right now let's make a checklist. A checklist of a couple of things you would need to do before moving. So any kind of concerns or things you should think about, and activities you would need to accomplish before moving to a new country. This time I'm going to ask you guys to put your suggestions in the chat box and we'll read them from there. So I give you guys 2 or 3 minutes to come up with a couple suggestions of important things you would need to do before leaving your country or upon arriving in the new country you're living in. So write them in the chat box. If you're not able to use the chat boxes, you can also say it for us. You just have to let me know so I can remember to ask you later.
Okay.
Sorry, I missed the question. What should we write?
We're making a checklist of things you would need to remember to do if you were going to move abroad. So before moving to a new country, what are some things you would need to accomplish or think about?
Okay, thank you.
Which chat we have to use, the Google chat or the Verbling chat?
Whichever chat is better for you. I will read them both and we'll talk about the things you guys put in there.
Okay.
Sorry, teacher. What is the question?
The question is, what do you need to do before moving to a new country? So, anything you'd need to accomplish in order to make a transition from the country you live in now to a new one.
Okay.
So far, we have a good list of suggestions going in the chat box. I'm seeing a lot in the Google chat box. We need an apartment, a map of the country to find work, a place to live, a passport, a visa, and getting to know the metro. Those are all important. So let's start with Alan's suggestion of an apartment. How would you find an apartment before going somewhere?
Yes, the local real estate agents.
Yeah, real estate agent would be a good idea. All right. Aldona, you said find work. How would you find a job in a new country before you go there?
First of all, I would have to find any soulmate.
You'd have to find a soulmate, so you wouldn't move unless your husband or someone was in the new country?
No. I would have to find any soulmate in the other country.
Got it. So that would be one of your main concerns?
Yes. Just to have friends in the place where I would go.
Yeah, that's important for sure.
Yes.
All right. And David, you said a place to live. How would you go about finding a place to live in a new country? How did you do it when you went to Asia?
Yeah, before sorry. Oh yeah. Before to leave Italy, I contacted someone there, and the first days there I lived in a hostel for 3 days, and during these 3 days I went to looking for look for a good apartment. So it will be the best things to do if you wanna go to another place and you don't know where exactly. So maybe you have to do 3 days, 1 week to look for
a
room.
Quick search when you first get there.
Yeah.
Great way to find places. All right, Ken, you said a passport and a visa.
Yes, I think it's kind of.
Being from Japan, where are... Aldona, I'm going to mute you because we hear a little background noise coming from you. And Ken, do you know what countries you would not need a visa for? I'm just curious.
I think South Korea. I'm not sure about that. South Korea. And for young people, kind of under 30 people, we ratified how can I say, working holiday system 1 year. Both Canada and Australian and South Korean people, each other, Japanese too. We stay there, work there 1 year. That's it's called working holiday.
That's awesome.
Over 30, we can get a working visa. But for such thing, maybe. And for such thing, maybe some countries we agreed, ratified a visa-free agreement. Probably South Korea or some other countries.
No visa stays are the best thing. I think visas are such complicated work.
Yeah, especially working visa or student visa. Maybe working visa is the most difficult to get, I guess.
Yeah, they're a big headache for sure, but they're important.
Yes.
All right. David, you said pay attention to all the documents. What kind of documents would you need to pay attention to when you're moving?
Yeah, of course, the identity card and all the credit cards, of course, and all the documents for maybe to find the address where you want to go, or something like that. I think, and of course, the visa, if it's a request.
Yep. Important one.
Sorry?
That's an important one, the visa.
Yeah, I think so.
Tough. All right, thanks. Aldona, how would you go about finding your soulmate?
Well, I would use internet probably.
That's a great tool when you're moving abroad, for sure.
Yes. And I think that's the only good way to find any soulmate.
All right. Herman, you said earn money you could use in the other country. So how would you do that?
Working.
So working in your current job for a few months before taking the plunge and leaving your job to move away?
Yes, just keeping some money, or because if you want good traveling, you have to spend on stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite a costly thing, so you definitely would need savings.
Yes.
Hala, you left a comment here. I'm not exactly sure what it says. It says the passport and took the job archives. What do you mean, like
Make sure
resume?
the password have a date to end. This
Renew
is
your
what I mean.
passport. Yes. So renew
Yes.
your passport.
If I leave, yes, if I move to another country and after 2 years finish or end the date, how can I return to my country?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So you definitely would need to make sure your passport's
Yes.
in good shape before leaving. Great suggestion.
Yes.
Alan, practical suggestion:
And
prepare clothes and suitable for the weather. So, what kind of clothes would you pack?
Yes. Maybe if the country weather is cold, we should prepare some clothes for the cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
If the And also we have to prepare the code that's suitable for other country culture. So maybe some city has their culture, maybe very don't not be an open city in their people mind. So be careful.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Yes.
Okay. And Alex, you mentioned history and customs. How can you bone up on your history and customs before going somewhere? And what might be important to look at?
Yes, if I'm going as a traveler, I think it's important to check some information about history and customs, the lifestyle of the people who are living there. Basically, because if I'm traveling to another country, is because I'm interested in this country. So I like to to check
Do
some
research.
information.
All right.
Yes.
I think that's an excellent suggestion. Sometimes one people might forget, but pretty important. All right. I like one suggestion in the Verbling chat box that comes from Daniel, one of the people watching. He said, I would have to make a huge party with my friends. And yeah, a going away party is a great idea before you leave to celebrate all the people you know in your home. You could definitely do that. Then from Pablo, you said a job, sell your car, and rent your apartment. Pablo, explain that for us. How would you get all of that done?
Because I need a job because I need a visa to migrate. I don't know if I say migrate. Yes, to Australia. Immigrate to Australia, and of course I don't need I need some my card to. I have to some money. I need to rent my apartment, because this is the money that can I use to survive.
Yeah.
In either while I get a job. Yes, it's correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a good place. I don't know. My niece tell me it's a good place to live.
Yeah, I've heard many good things about Australia as well. Thanks, Pablo. And our suggestion from Alejandro, luck. So you need luck, Alejandro? Alejandro's gone. Okay, well, luck definitely would be important. Do you guys have any other suggestions? Anything we didn't yet talk about?
Nowadays, in order to get American visa, except sightseeing visa, all applicants have to be interviewed in the embassy or consulate office. It's also costly and this kind of annoying, actually.
That's pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Preparing for an interview might be necessary. That's something that doesn't sound like much fun. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, we have to kind of book the interview on the internet. So yeah, that kind of system. And yeah, if you live in far away from the capital area, it's kind of costly.
Yeah, costly, a pain, stressful.
Yeah. But anyway, we have to do that. Yes.
Yeah, not easy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now I'd like to move down a little bit and talk about what are some strategies to make new friends in a place where you might not know the language or customs. So pretend that you moved to a new country and it's a place where you do not already speak the language or know the customs. How would you go about making friends and getting to know people and the customs in that place? Let's start with Aldona. Any suggestions?
Okay, it would be nice to learn the language, local language, but if not, I think English is quite international language, so I have to find somebody who speaks this language, and this would be easier to make friends with him or her.
Yeah. Definitely learning language, that would help. Or finding the English-speaking community in almost any country might help as well. Alex, any other suggestions? How could you make friends if you don't know the language somewhere or if you don't know their customs?
I don't know. When I have been abroad, I always have made friends at the hostel. At the hostel. Yes, but normally the friends I made, they were foreigners.
They were what?
Foreigners.
Oh, right, foreigners.
Foreigners, yes. So
a community of foreigners is a good idea.
Yes, you can make friends easier with travelers rather than with local people. Yes.
All right. Great idea, Alex. David, how about you? Any suggestions? If you don't speak the language and you don't know the customs, how can you make friends?
I think that no new people at the hostel is one good thing. And in my case, I remember that I went Usually I went to the Chamber of Commerce of Italian, and then there in Hong Kong I met a lot of people from Italy, maybe not only from Italy, and there I made a lot of new connections and new friends.
That's a good resource.
Yeah. Also, if you want to go maybe on the club, in the club and during the night, maybe.
Yeah, clubs. You don't need to know a language in order to dance, right? Yeah. All right. Excellent. Herman, any other suggestions on how to make friends without using a language in common?
Yes, as Aldona said, English is important when you are traveling or when you are meeting another people.
Mm-hmm. All right, so find English speakers.
Yes.
Good idea.
I don't know, another suggestions because you can not understand what another say.
Mm-hmm.
English is it could be the most important.
Yeah, certainly helpful. All right, Pablo, what are some suggestions you have for a person to make friends without using a language in common or without knowing the language of the place you move?
Maybe a club with a language club. In Mexico, I'm in a English club, conversation English club. We go to the bar and talking while you drink a beer or another drink.
Very cool.
I'm a programmer. Is another option is programmers club that speak about temas. I don't know how to say temas.
Wait, talks about what? Themes?
About things that programmers, computers, you can listen conference about a computer. A computer. I don't know. I don't know how I say. Conference tema. Team. No team. No.
Put it in the chat box. I think I might have a better chance of understanding it.
Okay. This is another option.
Yeah, finding people who have similar interests, for sure. Clubs, great. And conference, yeah. Theme, I think tema is theme.
Theme. Okay. Yes. Conference theme about computers.
Great ideas. Thanks, Pablo. Ken,
welcome.
Can you give us any more solutions to how we would make friends without using the native language to the place you're in?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Join the circle, finding the people who have a common interest, share kind of hobby or whatever. You can share the experience with such people, and gradually you can make a friend there.
What kinds of hobbies don't use the language in order to communicate things?
Thinking.
Thinking, sure.
Dance.
Exactly.
Yeah,
thanks,
or
Ken.
Dancing, yeah.
Oh, dancing. Oh, that would be a good one. All right.
Sports too. Some sports.
Soccer, baseball, or any other sports, really. Alan, any other suggestions for us? Something you could do to make friends in a country where you don't speak the language?
Yes. First of all, I would suggest to bring your iPhone or smartphone because we have Google Translate.
Yeah.
Yes, sure. We can thanks to technology. We may try to translate some simple words. For example, thank you. For example, good morning. For example, good afternoon. To the local sentence or local word. So it will be a very powerful tools for you to make some friends. Yes, that's my suggestion.
Great suggestion. Thanks, Alan. And Adela, welcome to class.
Welcome.
Good to have you with us. Right now we're talking about making friends when you don't speak a common language. So if you moved to a country where you did not speak the language, how would you go about making friends?
I think a possibility to introduce in a new country, the best can be to go with the expat groups. No, they are in all city in the country. Normally, they are groups about your country, no, from your country. This is, I think, a easy way to introduce on the custom to have friends and don't have bad things about to be expat, I think.
Awesome suggestion, Adela. Thanks. I think those were all great ones. And I have one more to add. I have a friend who taught me recently that when she travels, she brings a game with her like chess, which is that game you play on a black and white board or sometimes black and red. And that's something that really does not require language. You can play a couple games with a person on the airplane or when you get there, and you can do it all basically without speaking to them. So I thought that was a really cute way to make friends when you can't speak the same language. All right. Well, let's move on to this one. This one we're going to put in the chat box. Do you have any advice for a person moving to your country? So you guys can pretend that I or someone else is moving to the country you live in. I'd like you guys to write 2 or 3 sentences giving some advice to that person about things they should do or shouldn't do in your country to give them a better experience. And of course, if you guys have any questions as you're writing, just let me know. And yes, Adela, expat is correct. Expat is a person who has left the country where they were born to move to another country. And also, Pablo, yes, we are writing advice for a person moving to your country, where you live now. So if someone were moving, maybe your next door neighbor, they were moving and they were going to be your neighbor, what advice would you give them when they were navigating this new situation and trying to make friends and find a job? Any advice you could give that person? All right, Alex, explain your advice to us.
Mhm. Yes, my city, the city where I live is very flat, and it's not too big, it's not too small, too. So many people here go by bike. You can go by bike everywhere.
Excellent.
Yes.
And one quick correction. It's better to say rent a bike. Hire is for a person. So you could hire a gardener, you can hire a cook, but you would rent a bike, rent a car, rent
Okay.
a bouncy house.
Okay, rent. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Alex. Herman, explain your advice for us.
Yes, I know that there are some web page that you could find a person to give you a place.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Um, or maybe if you want to travel to another city, it's better idea search for accommodation before you travel, because
Mm-hmm.
maybe there if you move, maybe it were not a room available for you.
Got it. Makes a lot of sense. Find a place before you come. Great suggestion. Pablo, explain your advice for us.
Uh, in Mexico, the people is very friendly, and you need to be friendly too.
Got it. Yeah, you want to be friendly and open, and you said you need to obtain permission, right?
If you want to work in Mexico, you need to obtain permission from the government.
And how would you do that?
Uh, it is very easy, and you need to go to there are Mexican institution uh, like Relaciones Exteriores. Uh, it's exterior relations secretary, and you tramitate the permission.
Got it. All right.
Yes. I have a lot of friends that do this, and Argentines and another.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great suggestion, Pablo. Thanks. Aldona, explain us your suggestion. Bring an umbrella.
Yes, if you like to come here instantly, right now, you'd have to bring some umbrellas because it's raining for
Does it
about...
rain a lot?
No,
Just today?
just today.
Got it. Yeah, bringing the right gear for weather is certainly important.
Yes.
What's the weather usually like?
Well, we have all kinds of weather here. In summer we have hot weather. In the winter we have snow. In the autumn we have rain. And spring, it's beautiful.
Makes sense. All right, thanks. Thanks, Aldona. And Adela, do you have any suggestions if we were going to move to your country? What should we do?
I think you should to adapt to the Spanish schedule and probably in the first time is possible a little strange to go out on the street until 2 p.m. at night, or lunch 2 p.m. no 2 a.m. sorry.
Wow.
At night, yes, or the lunch 2 p.m. To 3 p.m. I finish now my lunch, no? Or the dinner 10 p.m. This is a schedule a little different that others European countries.
Mm-hmm.
And you need, for example, in Valencia, you need a sunblock, a sunblock cream, or because today, for example, it's very hot. It's 38 Celsius degree. It's very dry. It's very hot today.
Wow. All right. Sunscreen and adjust to the schedule. Good advice, Adela. And Alan, last but not least, tell us what advice you would have for someone moving to your country.
Yes, my advice is don't stay outside during the peak hour for people going to work, because there are too many people will be using the public transport.
Too many people doing what?
Using the public transport, using the metro, using the road. So there would be too many people.
Got it. All right, guys. Any last comments or questions before we finish up class today? I loved hearing your suggestions and thoughts about moving to a new country. I have one more open class coming up, and we'll be having some conversation, but also working with phrasal verbs and an idiom at the end of class. So maybe I'll see you guys again, but if not, have a lovely day. Bye.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
This is my first class, and I like to the class. Bye.